Just not going to save his comrades, so it ends up being a wasted ult in the end.
So what you will accomplish as Wyvern in this game by going Glimmer is that you will make Cold Embrace more usable. You protect people just enough during the blaze that they can stay alive because you mitigate so much of the magic damage that you do using. But he's opting for the lens first to make sure he can cast his offensive spells.
It makes it offensive. I like the way you pronounce it. I just realized that when I say it's offensive, unless it's I'm offended, then it's offensive to me.
Oh,
you know?
I don't think there's a difference, is there?
I mean, in pronunciation, I guess there is a difference, but in the spelling, absolutely not. I just want to make sure you're not offended by the builds here.
Right.
It sounds like you're good to go, though.
I find it offensive to even think about this.
Understandable. I mean, Echo Saber Lycan, that is pretty cool, I have to say. You get that little extra slow, obviously the double attack, and when you're in your ult form, you can get that crit off. So he's going to be going BKB next. I've seen the armlet into Echo Saber in two kind of almost like starting items. Do you like that? He's not going to be going that here, but why would you bypass it here? Are you trying to align timings with something in particular?
I think so. I think you're trying to get the BKB around the time that TA gets hers, or when she has Blink Deso. Like whatever two items we're going to see from Armel, he's not even going Dagger or Deso. Actually, he's just going straight Dragon Lance. Is that Dragon Lance BKB? He's going Dragon Lance
Gets his ult off. So if they get the Dragon Tail off on Ice Ice Ice, he might be the sacrifice for EG. Fly looks to be next to the Ink Swell on top of the woods. You can see how crazy of a combo that is.
be super careful with how they initiate fights. Because the problem against Lycan as Lion is that even if you have Dagger, you never know when you're being spotted by wolves. And when you're spotted by the wolves, you're basically as good as dead. So
that was a scan there from TNC, so they're ready for everything this game.
They're in a
1K
pretty good
advantage
spot
right now. Yeah, absolutely.
These EG cores right now can't deal with this minus armor strategy. Meld plus Deso into 2 Lycan attacks kills Leshrac, kills Razor, and these are heroes that have to run in close. Yeah, and in addition to Howl, of course, on top of everything. You can't deal the damage with Razor or Lesh without getting involved in the center of the fight, and once you do that, your margin for error is so minimal against a lineup that like two-shots you with 2 cores, so have to maybe slow things down a little bit, maybe farm, get some armor. I would imagine Arteezy wants to go for a Shiva's Guard after he has some more max health. Batrider working on the BKB. He actually already is building the Shiva with just the Yule. That's still concerning, because like even if you have the Shiva here, I don't know if your EHP is good enough. Like 1300 max health, and he's currently rocking the kind of griefing neutral item here with the Nether Shawl for the minus armor on himself, but he really wants the offensive capabilities of the item. But it's definitely not, it's coming at a serious cost this game to run a Shawl on Lesh.
All right, do you think this, as this Aegis is about to expire here, did TNC get enough out of this? They got a tier 2 top, they took the outpost.
I think so.
And a couple of kills.
Their lineup isn't meant to necessarily build a much bigger lead than this currently. I'm looking at second Roche for them. That's where it really starts picking up. You can keep looking for fights whenever Shapeshift is ready. The most important thing is that you don't fight with Shapeshift down. I think any fight right now, I would favor TNC in unless EG managed to jump Lycan. I just don't think they deal with this hero right now at all.
He's going for AC, so even more minus armor to come. Yeah, this is, I mean, we talked about how fast it would be for pushing, for Roshan capability as well, and blowing up a lot of these heroes. And, I mean, what would you buy then on Arteezy? He's, like you said, the Shivas will be up soon. It's obviously a really good item in theory, giving you a ton of armor and even some offensive capability. But what would you... Do you want just raw HP on top of that?
I wonder if he's going to buy Heart, actually.
Be a while since I've seen
Bloodstone.
Heart on Lycan.
Oh, on Lycan, I thought you meant Lesh.
No, sorry, did I say Lycan?
Yeah.
I meant Lesh.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like you absolutely need HP. So what are your other options? It's Heart. It's Bloodstone. What else is appealing? Aghanims is not that
We've been
good
seeing a
here,
lot of Eon discs. I don't know if that's something you want on a position 1 Lesh.
I don't like Eon disc against Lycan because he just pops it instantly and runs you down.
This is actually true. The Ags, Nile. I mean, I don't think it actually puts it on yourself anymore, does it? Did they change that?
I don't know. From what I've been hearing backstage, this item is considered not very good. The Ags. I'm not expecting to see it. Like Nihilism could be a thing in this game because of the amount of physical components from the Radiant, but I
think when it first came out, it essentially Ghost Sceptered Lesh as well, but I think they changed it so he doesn't. So you don't even get that aspect out of it.
Can we just see that again?
No, I just looked at it.
Okay, so it Ghost Scepters people around you.
Yeah, basically.
They turn ethereal.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I don't think that's going to do much. He needs to protect himself.
I mean, it is a cool Ags. They're probably going to tweak it a bit.
Roll in.
All right, yep. Winter's Curse to start the fight out as they're actually on the retreat is TNC. And yeah, Tim's is going to be the first casualty here. So EG.
The only one it looks like.
And we won't know when Roshan is up for another 50 seconds, so they can't really take true advantage of this. Although the tier 1 is still standing mid, and you have to think that this will be enough to take it out.
Good job from TNC to cut their losses there. They only lost their Grimstroke.
Oh, maybe not.
If they somehow manage to hold the tower, it's like really, really great, but I wouldn't mind seeing them just conceding this. They know the risks here. They're playing against a Batrider. Defending mid-tier 1 against Bat is really hard because he can always wrap around when he has these items that he's rocking right now, so that's a very, very good play call to let that go.
So let me ask you a noob question here. How big of a deal is losing your outpost this early? Because no tier 2 tower yet for EG, not able to take one themselves, I mean, so it's a double outpost. Actually, no, EG does, yeah, they can't take over the other outpost. So it's double outpost for a while. Obviously, the XP is per minute now instead of a set amount, but it's been a few minutes now. Like, how big of a deal is this, you think?
Not massive, but it's something that obviously over time will start building up. which I like it this way. I like it a lot more than the old one where it was, do you have it at the perfect moment or not?
Right. Oh, we got a scan here.
It's just another objective to try to build an advantage.
Fireflies in, Blink in. Do they see Armel? They do finally. There's the last with the BKB applied. Looks like they'll be able to take him out. No Aegis, of course. And Arteezy on the backside here. See the ink swell being used onto Bach. Looks like they'll be able to clean up Fly. So it's a 1-for-1 to start things out. As the Wyvern was actually stuck on a cliff, pulling an Arteezy there. And with that, EG get a nice team fight in their own. But of course, Roshan will not be up for quite a while.
You saw it there. They cold embraced the lasso target. Armel died during lasso while cold embraced, which is, you know, just a testament to how much magic damage EG truly have. I think really big moment there. Was Curse on cooldown? Or... Because I feel like there was a potential there to curse the bat. I think he was BKB'd next to 1 or 2 allies. And yeah, maybe that could have saved Armel.
I was definitely waiting for that one.
Yeah, I was surprised to not see that come out, but maybe a little bit of a misplay coming out from TNC.
Gabby himself, we haven't really seen a true team fight yet. I feel like one of these two teams is always trying to back up and just give up a kill and then reset. But Gabby's pretty tanky. He's got the BKB, the Blink Dagger. We'll be going for the Aghanim Scepter, which this game, against the Leshrac, very good. I mean, that's 40% magic resistance.
I guess Boomy doesn't have lens yet. That's why. He wasn't in range. He could only cold embrace his TA because he was way closer to him, but playing Wyvern without lens 25 minutes in and relying on Curse is actually very difficult against this kind of lineup, so can't fault him too much for not getting in range for that. Once the lens comes out, we'll be way more reliable to solve the bat. At least pseudo solve, like we talked about. Who knows? If I honestly still think probably died. Could have looked more interesting for Lycan's prospects in the fight.
Bach, he did have an Assault Cuirass lined up, but it looks like a nullifier potentially. So that's kind of cool. So any Ghost Scepters that come out, or Eon Discs even, will be completely countered with that item. Very offensive in nature and offensive depending on your perspective. And EG smoking up here. Abed with the Firefly. Gabby is going to be the initiation, but there's the Winter's Curse to stall him a little bit. Lilith is going to connect on the other side as Arteezy now attacking his teammate. Now they're going to apply all the pressure to TA as Crit jumps in, but finally the BKB is popped off. Arteezy now on the run with that Pulse Nova, getting right-clicked down like none other by Bach, but it is a trade for the TA, so 1-for-1 to start things out. Now TNC trying to find cover in their tier 2 tower. Gabby getting very low thanks to this Firefly. Abed is doing so much damage in these fights. Now he's just going to jump in front of the tier 3 in a triple kill for Ice Ice Ice. In a 4-for-1 in EG's favor. And now Roshan is alive.
That was really good initiation tactics. This time there was a quick response from the Wyvern on the Curse, but what they effectively did was they isolated 2 cores at the same time. So Dragon Knight got pulled out of the fight, forced the Curse, and in the meantime Razor is sitting on TA. So they take both of these cores and just neutralize them. And Bach is therefore the only player with any fight coming out of him from TNC. He gets what he can in the Lesh, which is, you know, good job to him for finding a key kill at least. But there was nothing else to be claimed from them there. They were just flat out outmaneuvered in that fight.
I mean, the downside of this, EG just doesn't have a lineup to kill Roshan very fast. As we do see the shard, by the way, on Abed. That's pretty cool. It's the double flame break. Okay, Finger of Death with the Impale. That's a freebie on Boomy, who's just trying to de-ward here.
So even if EG can't take Roche themselves, as long as they can prevent TNC from getting in.
Right, there's the initiation, this time onto Bach. Oh man, Arteezy's getting destroyed by Armel. Gets the Yules off just in time. Looks like there might be a trade. Basically the same trade as last time, the Lycan for the Lesh. That Crit gets off the dust as Ice 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 wants to continue on. And it looks like he's going to be able to get this successfully for now. As Fly comes in, has the mana drain. Looks like they're going to lose one more member. They're going to jump in with that Magnetize. A triple kill for Crit as he's in the enemy base right now. Rolls out to safety. Has that Ghost Scepter in tow and looks like he's just fine.
He's pretty good at
TNC, we get, 2 cores on each side dying here as Grim takes the tumble now.
Wait, how did he die? How's he out here?
Probably to late Magnetize, maybe?
Like a super late flame break in base? He just ticked out over like 7 seconds in base.
I mean, it is a double flame break now.
Yeah.
So. And I forgot to apply Sticky Napalm as well. That's true. Yeah, that's pretty nice. And with that talent in addition, that's nice. I don't think I've seen this picked up like super early from Batrider players in mid. So he's going for Octarine, so the extra cast range and CDR and all that good stuff. Very nice.
Not to get too ahead of ourselves, this is a very close game, but I just want to say now, if EG win this series, I think this is, you're kind of making a statement as Crit when you're playing Earth Spirit like this 2 games in a row. Like, this is a completely ignored hero in this tournament for the most part, at least in the playoffs. He has been owning these 2 games. Like, this game he's 3-0 and 14. Apart from that little misplay we laughed off in the middle where he missed 1 roll, all of his spellcasting has been phenomenal. This fight, yeah, he gets a triple kill, but it's not just about getting the kills. It's the way he does it, right? Like, really good weaving in and out of fights, making sure to even survive after diving the base.
I mean, you could argue that game 1 he was the MVP as well. He went to 3 different lanes and ended up getting a kill in each one early on.
Doing very, very well.
And he also didn't die like Ice, so that gives him a +1 there too.
This is still a very close game though, so definitely not writing out TNC whatsoever from this.
I mean, they will always have the Roche advantage.
They do.
That's the big thing.
And their lineup is very explosive. So the reason EG is looking so good in these fights is that they're getting the initiation and taking the initiative. But you could easily see a kind of fight where TNC come out of a smoke, they Dragon Tail stun and Lycan shapeshift and TA burst, and they just kill RTZ instantly.
Yeah.
And then things can look really differently. Obviously, EG now with Crit getting an E-Blade.
He actually finished the full
interesting
E-Blade, huh?
pickup here. So looking to save his allies from Lycan TA.
Yeah.
Can also save against Curse. So a very nice pickup in this game. I agree with that very much.
Yeah, the Nullifier is getting pretty close. They're going to get a freebie here. And now if they know that Roche is occurring, it's already at half HP. The Dragon Form is already popped.
Bit of distraction tactics here.
Yeah.
Not expecting this at all.
Yeah, not for now. They don't have the Bat Rider ult, obviously. Warrior trying to... They're not going to get vision there. The buyback down on the Grimstroke. We see the Winter's Growth on Ice pops the BKB shortly after. Who is going to get the Roshan kill and all the goodies inside? It looks like the Aegis has been snapped from Armel, so EG will get credit for the kill, but not the Aegis itself. Now who's doing all the damage? Now Arteezy inside the pit, doing so much magic damage in there. Finally gets out here as we have Fly with that Finger of Death. Locke is going to be the first death, the main one for TNC, is the buyback now into Lion. Armel getting up to the high ground. Abed will get caught by that Dragon Tail and finally brought down. Double kill for Armel thanks to that Aegis steal.
Who got the other items?
I don't know.
That was Roche number 2, right? There's a cheese. The cheese got used. I heard that, but I don't know who got the shard. So there's.
Let's see. Razor has it.
Did he get it on Razor?
And Grimstroke has it. So
I think Grimstroke bought it. He wasn't in the pit, right?
Yeah, he died early on and bought back.
But isn't the Razor shard pretty bad?
Actually, AUI was telling me yesterday that he thinks it's actually quite good.
18% chance when attacked.
Yeah, so if you're attacked, 18% chance to release like a little lightning fork, and then anytime, 18% of chance when you're attacked, and anytime it's a single target spell.
It's pretty good against Lycan. There's a lot of attacks going into you when Lycan is hitting you, so I guess the deflection there is pretty nice.
Yeah, it's... I am not convinced yet, but we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, he was talking about how it's really good against PL because you have a million things hitting at the same time.
Right. For sure, it's
like
great
you
against
said,
PL.
Similar thing to Lycan, just not as many. We're seeing a little replay here.
Are you sure?
I would hope so. Or else I'm just going crazy. But yeah, if you're TNC, I guess you're happy with that?
It's okay at least, right? You got the Lion buyback, you... At least, I think you probably broke even. I don't think that shifted the game state a lot. I guess the downside is that you really were expecting to get this Roche, right? Mm-hmm. So you didn't really get to use it for very much with the Aegis cheese in that instance.
Yeah, that's true.
Everything got used, so you used everything to break even, right?
Oh boy, he's gonna get caught out here. There's a jumper from Gabby with that BKB and the Dragon Form. Now the jumper from Kurt on the other side. Winter starts to follow. And it looks like Arteezy will be the first casualty here for EG, and Crit looks to be next. You can see the Nullifier being used, so no more Ghost Scepters for you, says TNC. Ice has to TP out with that BKB, so with that, TNC will likely get this tier 2 and maybe even more.
Sometimes really an anti-synergy there. We haven't even talked about that, but one of my least favorite heroes to play Wyvern together with is actually Grimstroke for that exact reason. When you get the Soulbind off, if you curse either of the targets, they both get cursed, and that means they're just hitting, like everybody in the area is just hitting, but nobody's taking damage.
Yeah.
So effectively you turn it into this bigger AoE stun with 0 damage. Depending on the situation, it can be good. In this instance, it worked fine. They got the double stun. Wyvern herself got the kill onto Leshrac with a Splinter Blast. And then they could isolate and kill the Earth Spirit after. So it worked out well. Time around for TNC.
Yeah, Absolutely.
Wyvern
Let's see,
almost having the dagger now, by the way. Really great item. Did think he might go for the Glimmer, but he is prioritizing the offensive style. The guaranteed curse obviously also will be good defensively.
By the way, this might be the earliest nullifier I've seen in pro games, and it is. We saw it in that last fight. No Ghost Scepters.
Yep.
Nobody, I think, has an A on this yet.
Like
but
it
now,
needs it this
now
game.
they just won't
Just flat out
go
needs it.
for it.
They might even buy 2. I wouldn't be surprised to see Armel looking for his own to replace that magic one, just because he currently does have a Daedalus queued up, but I don't think he can necessarily rely on Bok to remove it every fight. If he can set up his own kills, that's good, but for now, they are playing it that
Yeah,
way.
Boomy breaking at least part of a smoke here for EG.
He doesn't know he did it.
Yeah, that's true.
Or? No, that's their work. He saw the crit. Very
And
nice.
these wolves are really annoying for EG, not just for the Inkswell, but obviously just the vision in general. They've been
it's
providing
still-
pretty good value for TNC.
It's still the most underrated part of Lake
Because nobody wants the micro. They just want to be a wolf and run around right-clicking people.
It's the fact that you have vision that the enemy team, it doesn't really matter how many sentries you have, they will always find information, right? You either have to kill them or you're going to show. It's kind of like Beastmaster Hawks, just that they're fully mobile.
What do you think about... Abed is building an Aeon disc. What do you think of that? Into a nullifier. Do you like that? Did you say he forced it? We see the jump in from Gabby is now big black dragon with that BKB RTZ. Well, he pops the bloodstone, so he's healing quite a bit. But there is that nullifier. Look at this thing go to work. My goodness. Arteezy is down in the fountain now.
Dragon Tail coming up.
Yep, Soulbind onto 2. They're not able to combo with anything, but the right clicks are enough. Okay, Winter Scarf's gonna hold this off for now. First will Lion, yeah. Wyvern makes things very awkward indeed, but in the end, TNC clean up 3, and this is looking very good for them now.
Their lineup can take
No
2 lanes.
buybacks.
Oh my god, it's a full minute. They could take 2 lanes. This lineup pushes towers like it's
Super
nobody's
fast.
business.
Yeah.
Super quick. They have Dragon Form, Deso on TA, and a Lycan. Just wait until these guys get to high ground.
Just you wait.
I think maybe you YOLO this is Bat, and you like try to kill Dragon Knight with Bat Earth Spirit into tier 4s. If you don't, you're just losing 2 lanes. Even if the play fails, maybe you delay them long enough that your course will spawn. The alternative is just conceding a lot here. Wait, do they not have any creeps actually? This mid wave, nobody's pulling the mid wave.
Yeah, they can get mid and top.
Yeah, for sure. This is too
Tier
late.
2 still
Look
survive.
at these racks.
Yeah, this is
Okay. Next.
a lot of minus armor indeed.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
It's still 15 seconds for Arteezy to respawn here. I don't think they're going to move without him. And Batrider, Abed does have his ult. Yeah, they're just going to concede these 2, knowing that they really can't do anything about it. So 2 racks for TNC as they've come back after getting 3 total kills last game. And they've come back with truly a vengeance.
Yeah, they're not done yet. They have a trap in the base. They see crit.
Absolutely, Gabby. On the crit, he's going to get blown up pretty fast here. Nullifier means you can't go scepter anybody. Evilly, I should say. Buy back into the game now. There's the Winter's Curse again.
Curse, actually.
BKB activated by Ice. Abed is actually going to die to his own teammates, basically. Double kill for Armel. And now crit again, the nullifier applied. Just diebacks, and this looks like the beginning of the end for EG in game number 2. Nice double flame break from Abed. They're trying to hold this. Arteezy with that Bloodstone healing up quite nicely. They did take out the Lycan. Gabby looks to be next. He's in his human form. So this is the time to kill him. TA in the meantime, they're getting okay, double kill for Arteezy. They're actually turning this. Tim's in the meantime attempting to TP out. We'll get Hex though. So a triple kill for Arteezy. They technically hold. Did cost a dieback onto crit. And obviously 2 racks down, and I don't know what they can get out of this other than those kills.
Looking at how good that double curse was, I hope we get a replay of that. That looked like that was going to end the game. He did a 4-man stun, basically, for the full duration. That was a 4-man 5-second stun. A little bit of damage dealt. I think this is after the curse, actually. I do believe, yeah, this is the aftermath of it. But just, the refraction is not very effective here. There's just so many things breaking it between Earth Spirit and Batrider, so Armel will eventually be taken down here. And like you said, Bok, maybe a little overconfident in this instance to just stay in. Obviously had the option to run out there. And they're doing a very nice job here controlling the TA and chain stunning. So, yep, you're right. EG do hold, but their chances of winning this game rely fully on a 3rd row. If you get that as TNC, I'm basically going to call a game there and then. You can't give that one away. You absolutely have to get to that area, get some wards down, get the control, and ideally, I'm trying to think about who you lasso actually as Abed. If you have free choice, Do you maybe even get the Wyvern? If you could.
So right now it feels like Lycan's going in, applying Nullifier to somebody, and that person dies every single time because they just have nothing against.
Yeah, maybe you're less so the Lycan.
It cancels Yules, it cancels Ghost Scepters, and they're building Aeon Discs still.
Right.
I believe Arteezy is about to finish one.
He's going
Oh, he's doing Lincoln's now. Okay.
So they've been prioritizing getting the TA and Lasso primarily because it's such a feel-good pick for the Bat to go on that hero. But I do agree. I think the Lycan is a better target. Oh no!
Yeah, Abed in a lot of trouble, possibly BKB, but there's the curse.
It's a short one.
It is. He'll get it to high ground just fine. Although that took
Did
a lot
not
of
assemble
damage.
his Aeon Disc. He has it ready to assemble any point.
You waiting for somebody to get nullified before combining it again?
That shouldn't work. The Nullifier stays on you, right? It's a continuous
Well, no,
effect.
you wait for him to use it on somebody else. Bait your teammate.
Oh, I see what you mean.
I don't know.
Well, he hasn't used it a single time, right? Can you disassemble Aeon Disc whenever you want now?
I'm not sure.
I don't remember if that item is... honestly, that's one of the most random things in Dota, which items are disassemblable.
Yeah, that is true.
Okay, he's not even going to use it, is he? Didn't he just finish an Octarine core now? He used one of the the components in that. So he's committing fully for the offensive build on Bat. I do believe.
No, either way, 10K net worth lead for TNC.
Yeah.
As you're right, EG, it comes down to this next Roshan. Otherwise, they're going to be in a heap of trouble. But they do have the initiation possibility. If
Lash
they can
25.
try to pick somebody off, that's true. That's the Diabolic Edict talent. I assume that's what he took, right?
Yeah.
So that is massive. If you get one team fight with no buyback somehow, which seems a bit of a stretch, as we see lots of TPs back to base. All right, we got creeps in our base. Let's take care of that. But they do push extremely fast as well. We can't underrate EG's pushing capabilities.
And they all leave together because they know if they TP even one or two heroes back to base, they're just exposed.
Yeah.
I really like that family TP, to be honest. I think
that
it was
what
the
we
right
call
call.
it?
Yep, now it is. Oh, Tims.
All right. Good. Fly. Pops the Ghost Scepter for now.
Yeah,
So there's a Nullifier. If anything, that's actually a good target. Grimstroke's actually being the first to fall here. Winter's Curse onto a couple heroes. Bat Rider with that BKB still activated. Getting beat down by his teammates. Along with the TA minus armor. That is enough to take Abed out of this game for 2 full minutes. Dragon Knight pops that BKB. And Bot already has a double kill. EG kind of dropping like flies. They did get the support kills at the beginning, though. And Arteezy, all right, they're actually combining onto Armel. They find a 3rd kill in this fight. Can they find more? Gabby blinks out with an overwhelming blink. Bach no longer in his Lycan form. Uses the Nullifier, and it looks like he's going to be the 4th to fall. EG somehow coming back in this game. And Roshan is up for the taken.
How did they win
I
that
have
fight?
literally no idea how
That
to
was
win
a
that fight.
5-man curse on Bat.
Maybe these
Bat got
curses
killed.
are...
That is not Wyvern's fault. Don't
Maybe
you
that's
dare.
all his fault.
Don't you dare make the narrative that that's the support's fault
I'm
for
pretty
solo
sure it
killing
is.
an enemy core. Look at this wonderful curse.
Wonderful, wonderful.
And then they get crit after. I think the primary issue here is honestly Armel laying into the... committing into the curse. He positioned himself so that he was exposed against Razor after the curse ended, when he could have played that safe from a distance and trusted that the curse would either get the job done or a little bit of help from Lycan
Man,
or
EG,
DK.
they can't... Are they not going for Roche anymore? Are they just double backing here? They know that these guys are dead for quite a while. They just want to make sure the overwhelming blink doesn't come in from Gabby. Yeah, they have vision there.
If you just get this Roche, I think the game is even though they're 2
Is
lengths
this
back.
is this an Ags Roche or a Refresher Roche?
It's a refresher Roche.
Oh, that's a shame. I was hoping to have a 10-minute
Very good
conversation.
for both Lesh and Bat, though.
Oh yeah. Well, it's good for
Lesh
Razor as well. If he
it's
gets,
actually not good for Lesh with his build. So, yeah, give that to Bat. I think...
You don't like it on Razor?
Yeah, it's also good on Razor. That's true.
He doesn't have like the Ags build, but no,
It's definitely still good.
still not too shabby. All right, so EG get the 3rd Roche of the game. And now Arteezy has that all-important Aegis, which again, on Leshrac, one of the best heroes in the game to have this on. The refresh of the HP and mana is going for the heart. So you called it early. It'll be a very late heart.
Yeah, not the build order though, right? He did go for the Bloodstone. That was the other one we thought it could be. And then he went Lincoln's and now...
I mean, Lincoln's is pretty cool because now you got to expend something before Nullifier comes out, or you just Nullifier the Lion like he did last fight, which doesn't matter, right? You kind of want that to happen if you're EG.
Yeah, I thought the way that fight started with Lion also just getting in trouble immediately. Once again, that fight was going to be better for TNC, but obviously Fly had buyback. reconnected to the fight on the outpost and had a large impact in that fight. I want to highlight just how hard this game is to play Lion, and I think Fly is actually doing a really good job. He's 2-10 and 11, which might sound like a bad scoreline, but it is. If I had to pick one core matchup, I really don't want to face this Lion. Like, number one is probably Lycan. It is so terrible when he has a game. Close to that is probably some of the illusion carries, like the farm TL is also really annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, as is being shown here, he does have a decent amount of health at this point. 2k health with the talents he has chosen. He has opted for the max health per finger kill in this game.
Hell yeah.
Most lines we've seen have gone for the Earth Spike cooldown.
Nice choice, Fly.
He's building up. He's queuing a Force Staff right now. I wonder if there's any merit to considering some sort of armor as well. But obviously Force Staff can create a little bit of distance against both TA and Lycan to buy you some time.
I mean, they have so many Ghost Scepter Yules and Aeon Discs that, and with only one nullifier, you're only use that once in a fight, right? So he's got to choose wisely.
Yeah, well, how are you going to use that Force Staff when you get nullifier?
No, I'm talking about how multiple heroes, like everybody is a nullifier target technically, but you only have one nullifier to use.
Right, so you mean he's like doubling down and they will have to go on him because he has Force Staff, or?
Just stop talking.
Okay.
So the nullifier loses usage, or
actually,
loses
that's my favorite thing about casting is when I don't even have to do it. When I'm casting a game and I get told to shut up, it's like, no, it's just...
Tier 2 tower down for EG now, as they are crawling back in this game. A much different game than we saw.
Fully equalized in terms of the gold.
Yeah, absolutely.
Still down 2 lanes of barracks, but the reason I put them on even footing here is this Aegis cheese is very, very big, and the refresher. Their raw fortification
is forced. I mean, this is a fortification with literally just Arteezy. It didn't even require much resources at all.
They have to glyph. It's the Edict talent there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just takes the tower on its own.
This is a
So he's going to head to bottom. He has 30 seconds on his TP.
4,500 HP, by the way.
Ooh, and he's keeping the ninja here. Is there really not a better option for him to like swap in? So he's going to head to bottom. He has 30 seconds on his
Good question. 4,500 HP, by the way.
And he's keeping the ninja here.
I believe tier 4 items are soon, right? Another couple minutes, so... Or has that already happened?
That is what has already happened.
No, it's already happened. Okay, so
that's the ninja here. A bunch of tier 4 items.
Yeah, that's
everything about tier 4 items.
I know. It's been another wait day today.
Yeah.
Minute and a half left on the Aegis. Alright, if this is a tier 5 game, I'll be happy. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. Another nullifier. Okay, Dragon Knight, that's what he has his sights set on. But quite a ways away. Still a full minute on this Aegis.
God, he's so tanky. 5k health, 40 armor, satanic.
Yeah, I think you just ignore Dragon Knight, in all likelihood.
Well, you do have... Yeah, you probably do. Like, you just have to settle for something else. I still think the absolutely key thing that EG have done a really good job at is getting static link on the TA. Like, make sure you get on top of Armel. Because you, as Razor, yeah, you can drain the Dragon Knight, but he's still going to be a stun bot. But you ruin TA's fight by getting the drain on her. And Lycan you can't really control.
And Armel working towards the Aghanim Scepter. I was kind of surprised he wasn't going for that a little bit earlier, but it gives him that global presence.
I like that he didn't do it in this game, actually.
Why?
Because I think they were forced to take these fights, and it doesn't nearly have the same impact in the fights. It's like you said, it's about the mobility and the global pressure. But I don't think it was in that type of game. I think he needed everything he could to have team fight impact, because he is as countered as he is by this Razor and Batrider. It was good. I don't even know if he should buy it now, to be honest, but I'm not really a TA expert. I'm wondering if there's like some sort of combat item instead that would have an impact. Maybe his logic is with this, he can at least get out of static link after a short channel.
Arteezy's net worth is
yep, he's pretty redonkulous
at this point. The Aegis is now gone, so you can put that Yules back in. And will this be about Roche number 4, Cinderin? Is that what it'll come down to? Or will it be the tier 5 items? Or will it be a server crash? What will happen first? Gabby sitting in the trees here, of course, with that overwhelming blink. We've been seeing a lot of people stay in melee form to be able to get off the instant stun with that Dragon Tail before popping the Dragon form. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see how they end up starting this fight. But yeah, dead even game now without the Aegis. I believe Cheese is still on somebody at this point, unless they use it in that fight. as well as the refresher.
Backpacked on Abed currently.
Yeah.
There's the refresher in his active inventory. Wants to get double lasso.
I mean, Ninja Gear gives move speed, right?
It does.
It says 30 move speed or something like that. So.
But they just swap it over to Abed now. It used to be 30, I think. Got nerfed.
Okay.
So what did Lesh get now instead of the Ninja Gear? So they gave him back the Psychic Headband.
Okay.
That's decent. It's a lot of int on Lesh. It gives percentage int.
Man, if he had gotten Flicker, I would just call the game for EG. That is the best tier 4 item.
It's so funny how that was considered pretty bad.
Well, now that it's guaranteed to go in front of you.
Yeah, it's a really big
And it
difference.
dispels, and it gives move speed, so in some cases can replace boots. I mean, it's absurd. I cannot believe that's actually not been nerfed. Very good item. Feels good to get it.
It's conceptually weird, right? Like, how would you nerf that concept without remove? Like, if you remove the dispel, it's bad, right?
Well, you can just increase the cooldown. That's a pretty easy way to do
so.
it. I mean, it's like a 4 or 5 second cooldown. That's pretty freaking low.
Right. That's kind of the concept of it, as with the name and everything, though, right? It's supposed to be like some sort of little
Oh, they actually have a dead item as well. Nobody can carry the what's that sword called?
Penta Edge.
Edge.
Give it to Earth Spirit. It's gonna go crazy.
Yeah, true.
I'd rather have the Cloak of Flames. Understandable.
I would say not the craziest items drops from the tier 4 perspective for each respective team. I mean, we have...
Would have liked a Timeless Relic on EJ, I think.
Yeah, Timeless Relic for Leshrac.
Did neither team get Relic nor Prism?
I think Wyvern's holding Relic.
Wyvern has a Relic?
Which, you know, it's okay. But
Yep, that right.
not the best. All right, this is just a waiting game for the next Roche. I think when the next Roche spawns, we're going to see an enormous fight. But then everybody's going to have buybacks at that point, I would assume.
That makes the fight no less enormous.
It's going to be even. It's going to be double enormous, and then maybe we can get my dream of casting a tier 5 item game.
Seems more and more likely now. We're just 10 minutes away.
Can't wait to have this very long discussion with you about these items.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
gonna be
even
a
know
lot
how
of
they
fun.
work because I never have 1 hour games.
I know. I'll explain every single one of them to you in great detail, my friend.
You know
but
what
we're not
I
there
want?
yet.
If we get a tier 5 item game, there's one thing I want more than anything, and
Yes.
that is a game-winning Book of Shadows play. I want
Okay.
that.
Yeah,
That
I would be in. Everybody thinks the item sucks. Some pro players think it sucks, but then some people are like, it's very situational and can be game-winning. So, yeah.
I just want to see Book
But
of
Cinder,
Shadows on.
let's not get ahead of ourselves. Okay.
In getting the Book of the Dead.
Oh my God! Then Lycan becomes his old self.
Double Lycan.
Yes, that is. I mean, that actually is considered a good item as well. It used to be considered absolute garbage. But he is going Aghanim Scepter now, so we might see the bite onto Armel or onto Gabby. Who would you actually prefer?
I think you bite Armel.
He does do the most damage, so you get the... I mean, it's also about the lifesteal as well. It gets shared between the 2 targets.
Getting move speed on TA seems really good this game, right? Like you want to run around the fights. Armel currently is sitting on a measly 350 move speed in a 50-minute game. TA just cannot run away.
He's Fireflied up right now, and like you said, has the refresher shard available. I mean, you played in the last major All-Star matchup. We're going to see the instant initiation from Gabby onto Batrider. Lincoln is applied from his friend. BKB is popped. He gets the lasso off onto the TA. Not sure if EG actually wants to fight. All right, they finally jump in with that Magnetize, but again, with all that magic resistance from Dragon Knight, not going to be taking anything. Abed buys back into the game, but look at this damage from Ice onto Armel. Abed as well. Armel trying to stay alive here, pops the refraction. He's going to get eaten through instantly. He might have to buy back, has 2 more supports to die for TNC, and now with Arteezy with the Diabolic Edict talent, they might go deep into the fountain here. They're going to drag the Dragon Knight all the way down to the low ground. Do they have enough damage to actually take him out? The Cold Embrace will keep him alive for now. There's a Nullifier applied to Arteezy now. E-Blade from Crit, not going to save him. Does have buyback, will expend it as well. And now EG on the run. Live pops that Ghost Scepter. They're on Nullifier again. This could be a kill onto the Lycan. This will be pretty big if he can get this last right click, but no. Looks like he will survive because the Cold Embrace actually saves him. Ultra kill for Armel. And now this will be a dieback onto Arteezy if he ends up going down. You can hear him screaming in the background. A rampage for Armel. Good freaking Lord. GGs are called. And this is gonna go to a game 3. Holy Gaben. What a game. We didn't get the tier 5 items, but I'm pretty satisfied. This was a nail biter.
That was a crazy way to end that game. Like, complete radio silence from both teams for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then suddenly you get like 10 kills within the span of 40 seconds. Really, the deciding factor in this last fight, largely the position on the map.